Let me sit the gimbal down for a second. I'm gonna put on this microphone. Oh, my panda. So exhausted. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Flatiron Plaza and Fifth Avenue, the infamous Fifth Avenue. If you walk down Fifth Avenue straight down this way, you can hit Koreatown. Easy. But with that said, everyone, good evening, good morning to some, good afternoon to some. But I had a really rough day today. It started since last night that I didn't eat. Now someone donated $20, and I didn't go get food because I was still upset. And then I went to sleep. And then I had a really bad dream about E once again. Having these really bad dreams about E. And it felt surreal. But it was a wake-up call. And then this morning, I woke up at like 5 o'clock this morning because it started raining on me. And, well, it was drizzling, not raining, but drizzling. And then, this is what pissed me off today. I go into this establishment. I'm not going to say the name due to defamation of character I may cause but this business was looking for a assistant manager. So I went in there to apply for the position, and I go inside and I apply for the position online, and I already have my resume, my cover letter and everything, right? And I get the call back within 30 minutes of leaving the store. I was told to come back. And they were saying, this is what I was telling you guys before about my name. When people hear Keiki, they expect Japanese or Asian guy, okay, or some type of Hawaiian guy. I walked through the door and I was like, you're not Keiki. Yes, I am Keiki. What is your real name? I was like, Keiki Alexander. Like, what is your full real name? I was like, it's all on my resume, by the way. Did you see it? Why are you asking me that question 3 times? Are you the manager? No, I'm the bartender. And I was like, okay, then why are you asking me? Because I deal with all the HR stuff at the same time too, to hire managers. But you hired an assistant manager? Who are you to authorize that? So that's another red flag at this establishment. This is why New York City needs to do more in the investigation about who they hired and the HR employees of this establishment. So the manager comes out, seems like a nice guy, questioning me. He's like, but why New York? He kept saying, why New York? Why New York? He's like, what do you mean, why New York? It's not because I want to be here, I want to look cool like you or everyone else. I just want what I feel wanted. Is that acceptable? Then he starts, is it pronounced Kiki, Keiki? I'm like, I said my name several times, Keiki. I introduced myself to you, and you told me to go online to fill the application out, and I did so within the first 10 minutes, and then the 30 minutes you got back to me in the email. Obviously, either someone doesn't want the job that you're offering, or, I'm getting to the juicy part, everybody, it literally has shitty pay to be an assistant manager. Oh my panda. It literally has the worst pay that I can think of in this city so far that has really shitty salary. We're talking about you're not making no more than 22, 24 a year. That's an assistant manager for you guys here in New York City. Mind you, I worked at Porchlight and I was making 36, 37 grand a year. So how is assistant manager making $22,000, $24,000 a year in this city and surviving. This is why I want to emphasize and go back to what I said a couple of videos ago, that not every New Yorker can sit here, and I'm also going to go back to the comments. Not every comment, you have to justify it. Because there was a couple comments about, oh, get a $10 gym membership. Gym memberships don't cost $10 anymore, friend. Where you been? When's the last time you've been homeless? Oh, when's the last time you ever had a storage unit here in New York City, if you even live in New York City? So someone left a comment, and I want to go back to that because this has something to do with this job, okay, that I applied for. Because the person said, get a job. I did that several times, applied, and got rejected because I'm overqualified. Once again, every time I go to one of these lower tier jobs, I'm overqualified. What is your reason of being here? There's got to be some explanation. And here's the thing. The manager of the restaurant or franchisee, you're not running from anything, are you? I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? Am I running from someone? He says. I'm like, no. I don't have a criminal record. I don't have a history of it. Not here in the States. Maybe in Japan. But it goes to show you that not everyone is open-minded and willing and freely willing to accept me for who I am. This is why I was telling you guys, I've been through this already. I have most experience than most New Yorkers. And those New Yorkers are not even real New Yorkers. And I'm telling you from experience, discrimination is so real. And all these biased questions are unethical. So with that said, everyone, welcome to the live stream. We are at Flatiron's Plaza, and I stopped here to take a break because I was editing video, and Space Junk says there's no way people can survive in NYC on a $20,000 salary. I mean, $20,000 yearly. It's not salary. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. It's by hour. So yeah. So with that said, everyone, yeah, no one can survive in that city. Not with 30,000, you can't survive in this city, unless you get Section 8 housing, which is, how much is that? You pay 35-40% of your rent for some low-income families and individuals. But I don't have Section 8 because I never was on it and never would have been on it. I like to be structurally independent, because once you're in the program like that, there are certain protocols. And I know this from experience doing this kind of work. And you don't know that the city is getting a kickback because you are on that Section 8 program. You're part of the HUD grant. How many people are part of the program? Do you go see your social worker every day? Or do you talk to your social at least twice a month to keep up with your tasks? And that is why crazy to offer that much money. Yeah, it was. I went in there in solidarity just to see what they would say. But guess what? They feel like I was a little bit too overqualified. Why you went from one job agency to another job agency to job agency, and now you're like a travel photographer? You're a professional person. This is what the manager said. Not the manager. The boss said, you're a professional kind of person. You should be somewhere else, not here. And maybe he's right. But I was like, but so you're not going to give me an opportunity? He goes, no, I'm looking for fresh faces. And the reason when he said fresh faces, I noticed that he was looking at my dentures, my teeth. Sorry, not dentures, but my teeth, my oral. He's probably thought in his mind, this has got to be a fake resume. I got to double check it, and which he probably did tonight. Probably double checked it, found out everything that I did was actually authentic. And I hope he does call back and apologize and say, hey, we want to offer you the job position. And I'm like, no, it's too the payout per hour, it's too low. It's not discrimination, it's more of profiling. Well, yeah, it's just discrimination, because there's a difference between profiling and the discrimination. So I wasn't working for him, so it's not really discrimination, but I'm a civilian coming to him for a job, which is also profiling. So with that said, I got angry. I went to Penn Station, which I said I wasn't going to go to Penn Station. And I ended up finishing my video for these headphones and just push it out. I didn't care how it looked. I really was upset to the point where I just did not feel like color grading anything and did not want to do anything. I just wanted to put the video together so it makes sense for you. And it was, in my opinion, the review is not the best, but it's my real world opinion about those earbuds that were sent free to me. So with that said, everyone, and finally it stopped raining. So, but here's the hard part tonight, guys. Where are we gonna find a dry box where I can actually sleep on? Because there's no dry boxes out here on the streets. So we might have to spend a day up, a night. We might have to spend the entire night staying up, and then sometime tomorrow morning we go to Central Park maybe and take a nap there and sleep there, which is safe, but kind of want to do things during the day, you know, because I might be missing out on something. But then again, I don't want to really sleep tomorrow because Saturday is another rainstorm that's coming here. It's going to dump a lot of rain in the New York tri-state area, and I wish I was in a hostel. I wish I had the money for it, but, you know. David just says he needs a panda kicking. No, he needs a reality check. So this is what I was saying about New Yorkers. And when people come to live here and they be settled for a couple of years now, they think they know everything there is to know about the city. They don't, because they don't explore every ounce of this city. They don't go to Queens, they don't go to Brooklyn, they don't go to Jamaica, Forest Hills, Rico Park, they don't go to Stuyvesant, Brownsville, they don't go to Canarsie. Those are like, in Brooklyn, those areas I just mentioned, like Brownsville, Canarsie, Stuyvesant, some parts of Stuyvesant, Rockaways, they are really dangerous neighborhoods. Keep that in mind. Do you see any one of these folks out here going to those neighborhoods? No. Why? Because Manhattan is the place to be. But for me, it's not. It's a place for me to work and leave. But just doing my own analysis to check on rent, on how much a share 4-bedroom apartment will be, still expensive. The person wants me to pay $900. I'm like, oh my panda. $900 for just that tiny closet room? I can't even fit my wagon in that room, or a bed. No, that's okay. So with that said, everyone, I wanted to push out the video for the iPhone Cute Meet 300 earbuds. Now they look like iPhones, but the difference is that the tip at the bottom does not look like an iPhone. But as you heard, when you get voice calls, I'm not sure what these YouTubers are claiming that the audio when you make phone calls is great. Guys, you heard that audio firsthand from that review. You call that spanking clear, good audio? No, that's not. So these YouTubers, this is why I was saying YouTubers need to start. I'm not talking about you, David. I'm talking about these tech reviewers that does the earbud testing, and they do their studies in their home. They don't go outside. If they do, it's right in their backyard. But they don't do the studies in the city where there's a lot of Bluetooth interference, there's a lot of frequency interference, there's a lot of Wi-Fi interference. It will interrupt, it will stutter, it will drop. They don't do those tests. I'm the one doing those tests. This will go show you that what separates the big boys from the little boys. And yeah, I'm calling myself a big boy. Because you know what? I know exactly what people are looking for. They want to see something. Oh yeah, I've seen this review before. You're saying the same thing this guy was saying. It sounds like you guys are copying off each other. This is why I don't watch tech reviews anymore on YouTube. It sounds like they're just biting off each other so they can make a fast dollar on YouTube. No one wants to put in the freaking work for 30 days. They want to push out a review within 5 days. That's not how it works, friend. That's not how it works. But with that said, everyone, I'm Panda. If you guys want to support hostel stay for Saturday only, just Saturday, to avoid the rain, the thunderstorm that's coming, please, there's a PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. How much do I need? Only 70 bucks. Even though we got some money on the side, but I'm going to save that for the P.O. box. I feel like I'm going to have to use that P.O. box one last time for the next 3 months. I know it's $50, it's expensive. This is why I don't want to buy a storage unit. The storage unit is $20 in total, $24.95 plus deposit, plus the key, and yeah, you got to pay for the key. So guys, there's a lot of expense that goes to that, right? But there's 24-hour facilities that are not always 24 hours. They close for a certain amount of few hours and then they reopen at 6. So it's not truly 24 hours. So this is what you guys have to understand. I know New York better than anyone. I've been coming here since I was a kid. I never seen someone, and ask Yuki yourselves, my ex-wife, she would tell you, we had the storage, we had to pay the deposit because we were not from New York. We didn't have New York State ID, we had passport, we had, other identification. And no, I never had a New York ID. Well, technically I did. And then that got lost. And I never actually went back for it. So, because they're too expensive here. For an ID, guys, did you know in Wisconsin, if it's your first time living in Wisconsin, you get a free ID? Did you know that? But in New York State, they want to charge you the $24 for the identification. There's no trade-ins. Oh, yes, it is a trade-in, though. If you swap your out-of-state license with a permanent, not a permanent, what is that called? What is that? Driver's A test license, whatever they call it. What is that? A partial permit license? Yeah, that's bullshit. I'm not doing that. That's just idiotic, psychotic, stupid, and you just wasted money on that Wisconsin ID. Mind you, Wisconsin IDs last longer than New York State IDs. New York State IDs only last about 4 or 5 years. Wisconsin IDs and driver's license I believe lasts 6 to 8. IDs last from 10 to 12 years. So come on. But with that said, everyone, I just wanted to show you guys the area. And David, I want to talk to you about the DJI Osmos 4 SE. I figured it out. What was the problem? Why I was getting shaky footage? Now, so you know the magnetic clamp that comes with the gimbal. If you don't put it in a certain position on the phone, one side will weigh more than the other. And I didn't think about this until I realized when I was holding my phone, I was like, the weight distribution, so odd. It's heavier near the camera, but lighter near the lightning port. So I started thinking, I started going through Jerry Rig, YouTuber, Jerry Rig's videos, and I realized there were more heavier components on top of the phone than the back of the phone. So if I was to balance it correctly without the Comic-Con Boom XD wireless system that I'm using now, it would actually be much, much stabler. But when you put it on the Comic-Con Boom XD or any external wireless microphones, that's when the modem becomes unstable. It's trying to recompensate for that extra weight. Even if it's 0.6 ounces, it will literally fall off because this gimbal some people have really good success with it. Not gonna lie. But for me, I realized maybe that's my mistake, not taking account of the phone's weight, the distribution of the hardware. One side of the hardware might be heavier than another. So I did that test, and today I was like, oh, okay. Like now, look at this. Is it shaking? Is it shaking badly like my other videos? I'm purposely rocking it really hard right now. I'm literally rocking it really hard right now. And it's stable. So you got to put it in a certain sweet spot on the phone. So, and mind you, don't put on the lavalier microphone quite yet. put the phone on first, turn the phone on. Then what you do is, okay, that's balanced. Move the clamp down just a slight bit to compensate for the extra weight and the extended adapter for the lightning cable. So that's a tip. But with that said, everyone, science, technology, it all comes together. But look at the building. Look at the overcast sky tonight. It stopped raining, but the floors are still wet. And I don't know where I'm going to sleep because all the floors are wet and all the boxes are wet and gone. So I can't find any dry boxes to sleep on. I might have to check over there later. So, but I'm exhausted. I've been up since 5. So, yeah, so I just wanted to do something good today and went to go apply for a job and got totally told that I'm overqualified, and the questions were kind of unethical. Like, you don't ask questions like that. Do you ask a fellow white man that question? Because it seemed like more of a how someone your color of your skin be so smart and intelligent? Like, I'm not always smart and intelligent. I'm stupid at a lot of other things. This is where I'm telling you folks that I am not a genius. I'm not smart. I'm just a normal, average person just trying to make it through, because I didn't ask to be born. I was born by sexual pleasures. My mother didn't want to have me. I was a mistake, if you guys didn't realize that. I said this a couple of times in my YouTube videos in the past, how my mother told her best friend, which are my parents, that I was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. So that's what makes me not, this is why I'm always going to be alone. That's why I feel lonely. This is why I was like thinking about, what if I had a girlfriend right now? Let's say if I got over E, which I really haven't quite yet. And I met a really nice person. Is she going to accept me for who I am? Or is she going to accept me because I look like a sexy black guy with a nice pair of shoes and a nice coat? Which I didn't pay a lot for this coat, sweetheart. That's just me keeping it clean. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so skeptical about young women and women today in our society. They only care about, if you look good, I'm gonna screw you. If you can pay for my food and pay for my drinks, I'm gonna screw you. No offense, ladies. But it's the same with guys. Ooh, if this chick comes over here and drinks on my drink, oh yeah, I'm taking her home, homie. No, I'm not about that. I just want to meet someone that I can kind of relate to talk, or if we don't relate, maybe she can understand my vision, my story, my passion of why I do what I do. Why I kind of, I'm not giving up. It's just that the fact that, like, I'm giving up on certain people in my life, friends, that I just don't want to talk to anymore because they're a bunch of assholes. Pure idiots. But with that said, it seems like everyone is coming out now because it stopped raining. But it's pretty nice, warm night. It's 54 degrees Fahrenheit. It is not too bad. It's not cold. So, you know, I can live with this weather kind of, but man, I need to use the bathroom. And this is the problem with New York City. See, even in San Francisco, I can go to one of the quarter parties at night and use it. New York City doesn't have quarter parties. They just want you to what do you want people to go to the bathroom? That's so bizarre. But I hope it doesn't rain Saturday. Well, it's going to rain. I hope it doesn't rain too hard on Saturday. I just don't want to get the wagon wet. I don't want to get my stuff wet. But I don't want to spend money either. Oh, my panda. I wish there was like, this is where I was saying to you guys about Biden giving away $200 million for aid. That $200 million could help a lot of homeless people in this country right now. To put them in a hotel for maybe a month or maybe 7-10 days. 7 to 10 days is good enough and better than no days. At least I can take a shower. At least I can relax a little bit, get my mind together, focus, get my intuition back. And what I mean by intuition, before all the homelessness, who was I before? Who were you before? That's what I'm talking about. Getting some dignity back. But no, I get it where it went to, and I applaud that reason, but $200 million in aid could have just simply went to some homeless, could have fixed some of the homeless issues. Put someone in a cheap rent apartment for a year. What's that going to cost you in New York City? Especially when you get a discount for Section 8 housing, that's going to cost you what? 17, maybe 16 grand? Come on, like, but with that said, everyone, this is why I'm so confused by the U.S. is a great country, but it's so backwards when it comes down to helping their own people. It's like, you want us, as the people, you want us to do good, but when we fail, it's a problem. It's not that we intentionally fail. It's that society is getting harder to live by. Stephen Brown says, bless evening to you. Good evening to you too. But, you know, life is getting harder to survive. People are finding new ways to try to make money as possible. Some people never had 2 jobs are working 2 jobs now because society is getting much harder to live by. Rent is increasing, electricity is increasing, taxes are going up. How do you expect people to make a fairly good wage when you want to increase everything and put them into property? That doesn't make sense either. But the government can spend, what is it, $48 billion on an F-22 Raptor? Wow. Technology, that's an expensive plane, friend. $1 billion, $48 billion? Holy moly. Got a homeless man right here, just walking the beat. See, here's the thing. Outreach will come up to him before they come up to me. Why? Because he looks distraught. He looks like he's in distress. He looks dingy, dirty. He looks like a filthy animal. That's what goes through their minds. But, yeah. With me, it's like, you look too well dressed to be homeless. And again, I'm going to say this one last time. Homelessness doesn't have a face, skin, color, or ethnicity. It's just the way humans interpret it. It's a false interpretation, by the way. But just FYI, it's a very false interpretation. But with that said, everyone's looking at me like I'm going crazy on the giveaway. Well, yeah, I'm live streaming. We're in front of PetSmart. Maybe I should go in there and eat some dog food. And I think I'm really freaking crazy. The guy is eating dog food in here. Like, I think he has mental health problems. Actually, dog food is pretty tasty. If you had a dog, you got curious one day and you had some dog food, it can be very tasty. So, and trust me, I had 2 dogs in my lifetime. But with that said, everyone, I just want to make a live stream here, talk about some of the things I went through today. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the fact that I was kind of profiled, but I guarantee you tonight that boss man is going through my resume. He's checking out every social media. He's going, oh my Panda, you just kicked out the best person that you probably could have hired. Because I bring love and joy. I don't bring hatefulness. And maybe this is another reason why his business seems to be struggling. Maybe you're hiring the wrong people because you're desperate. You're looking for anyone, right? But now you're not looking for anyone. You're looking for, it said it too, professional. It said, what was the sign says? Professional waiter, which I did that many times before. Have experience in restaurant, know how to work a QR code system, which I have done that many times. I actually do it for my photography business. I know how to make QR codes. QR codes. But I guarantee tomorrow, everyone's going to try to look sexy. And I don't care, because I'm probably going to be asleep. Because the sidewalks are still kind of wet, and there's no boxes around to, kind of give me some protection. But then again, we should just go down to the East Village to the refrigerator. But then again, I don't want to be down there either. It gets kind of uncomfortable down there as well. So I was thinking about going to Queens tonight and kicking it in over by the Queens Plaza area by the hostel. But then again, I ran up my 28 days at the hostel. So it's only 28 days out of the year, so too unfortunate. Now we're going to choose another hostel. So I was thinking about going back to that other hostel called the NY Moore hostel. But I don't know. It's out of my element, It's definitely out of my element. I don't want to be across the street from the hood. No offense, but last time I was there, we heard gunshots, we heard fires, we saw a fight, we saw a whole bunch of cops running inside the housing projects because there was some shooting going on. Yeah, it was kind of bonkers. But I wish my friend Tech was here. That would be really nice if he was here. Then I don't have to pay for a hostel. I just stay at his place. And keep my stuff there for free. And only the time I will need to go over there is when I need something. That's it. But he's not here, he's in Japan. So, and doesn't look like he's coming back because everyone said he was supposed to come back in March. Well, it's March, dude. It's about to be April. What really went on with him, we just don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's an immigration issue. And I was telling him to be careful who you talk to, what you do, how you do it. Because you got some haters out there. They put you on blast. Just like you had this guy that was staying at the local NY hostel. And he went to the New York City Health Board and told them that, he must have told them some bull crap that he tried to tell me, like this place has bed bugs. Dude, stop lying. I went from 212 to 213 to 215 to 217 to 219 and never had a bed bug issue. He was just trying to get a free night to stay because he is homeless. So he went out and he reported the hostel having an unsanitary problem. This is why I posted on Instagram about them having a really difficult time right now, because now the 4 dormitories are now only a 2 dormitory. Yes, they're now only a 2 dormitory bed. That means the local NY is now going to increase their prices because of this jackass that did what he did. Now, the health inspectors came there. The only problem they had was the beds were too close or there was not enough space in the room. And this is why they should go to HI, New York City Hostel, and go check that out. If you guys believe that was too close, wait till you check out HI, New York City Hostel on 103rd in Amsterdam. You guys are going to be like, oh wow, this is even worse. They literally changed the format of each room. 4 dormitory bedrooms are now 6 dormitory bedrooms. 6 dormitory bedrooms are now 8 dormitory bedrooms. 8 dormitory bedrooms are now 12 dormitory bedrooms. That just, This is why we don't never want to stay there. And it's overpriced. I don't care if it's in Manhattan or not. I don't care. You have to have good service, good politeness, and you got to be multicultural to understand and translate. That's the most important part. You got to learn how to translate. If someone Japanese comes into the establishment, you don't speak Japanese, and they don't speak that much good English, they can say yeah, yes, hi, all they want. You offer them things to them they don't understand. Yes, this is how they make their money, when they con tourists and paying more for something they don't understand in English. This is why I beef with HI about that. Why are you selling things to travelers when that person doesn't even understand English that well? They're just saying yes. Because they're tired, they've been traveling for 15, 18, even sometimes 28 hours. Sometimes 40 hours just to get to the States. And you want to upsell them some crap they're never going to use? Right. That's HI New York for you right there. But with that said, everyone, it's such a beautiful night, but overcast, as you can see. Lots of overcast. But everyone thought that was the Chrysler Building. I was like, what? Do you even watch television? But yeah, guys. But I just want to share my story of today with you guys so you have a better understanding of where I'm coming from. I did push out a video last minute just to say, you know what, let's just finish this earbud review. I can do the rest of the recording at Penn Station. I hope the background noise wasn't too much for you to bear. I just want to emphasize realism when it comes down to these products in the real world. Because every time I watch a YouTube video about a product, it's always in the studio, which is nice to have. But even when I had my own YouTube studio, I still did product reviews outside. Testing the range outside. Testing if it's going to break up in certain areas outside. And now I'm getting questions about the Q3 for newer. Because they rolled out the firmware update a couple, 3-4 months ago? Remember that? And then I pushed out a video for that. And now everyone is asking me, how does it work? Does it work better now? I just don't know. I didn't get to use it. Because normally time I'm using natural light. And sometimes using strobes, clients are not willing to wait around for you to set up. So, because either they try to rush you or you try to rush still because they only hire you for an hour and you don't want to really take out a lot of gear when you didn't get paid that much. So yeah, just keep it minimum. But yeah, I get that a lot from clients. Like this woman asked me, I was supposed to do a baby shower today. I'm glad I didn't actually accept the job offer because I'd have been wet. I'd have been miserable. I would have probably caught a cold. I probably would have been sick. To go all the way out to Long Island just for $150 for an hour. And then, mind you, the LIR ticket is not cheap. To get out where she is, it is actually $12.75. Not worth it. I'm not making a profit. I'm not making anything from that. I'm basically spending the money that she's giving me right back into the city. That's not how it's supposed to work, friend. So, I wish more people do not hire me for an hour. If you're going to hire me for an hour, it has to be local. It has to be within the 30-mile or 50-mile radius. I'm not going beyond New York City. Sorry, it's not worth the money. And if you do hire me for an hour, gotta know what you want, and I know what you probably want because I'm going to give you the results that you probably are going to like anyway. So as a portrait photographer, yes, I'm going to probably use the 50 f1.4 and the 85 f1.8. And that's I'm gonna call it quits after that. But if someone wants to say, oh, I need more, I'm like, you're not paying me for more. You're only paying for 6 images. You're not paying for a whole. And this is another thing about some people that never hire a photographer professionally. They expect a portfolio book for $150. I'm gonna do all that work and give you a whole book for 150 bucks. That's just nuts. That means I'm giving you 6 times 6 is 36 images. Yeah, I'm giving you 36 images in a whole book. You're ripping me off. No. You take this with a grain of salt, everybody. Professionally, no photographer would ever do such a thing and work for that long just to give you that. No. It's like when you go to a professional studio, you get the set, you get the best 5 to 6 shots, and that is it. That's it. That's it. Simple as that. You see how Austin Powers? No, he's not a real photographer, but you see how he shoots? Yeah, baby, yeah. He's like, yeah, give me more. That's how you're supposed to shoot. Like, get the shots done. Make sure the client, if she is a model, make sure that she's a professional model or an amateur model, because amateur models do know how to model. But you got some beginner model that's trying to be a model, that's not going to work out very well. You got to keep telling them how to pose, which is my job, yes. But if you got to keep telling them to pose this way, and they don't even know what certain pose stands you're supposed to listen. You're supposed to be a model. You don't know what this pose is actually named. Yeah, you got a long way to go, sister. or sir. You got a long way to go, sir. Or yeah. But with that said, everyone, such a beautiful night, right? It's not so bad being homeless on a beautiful night, right? You guys are probably saying, you keep saying homeless. I'm like, yep, I'm going to keep saying it till people get it through their heads. Because it seems like people don't want to get it through their head. They're just terrified of the word homeless. Yeah, did you know that? If you take a statistic right now, you give them an application to fill out or a form to fill out, a survey. I'm sorry, not application, survey. You give them a survey to fill out. How do you feel about the homeless? And you give them a box to write what they want. I guarantee you, people will say, well, the homeless needs to do this. They need to change, stop doing drugs. How much does a decent hotel cost? You say, Lolo? Mendez? Dude, we don't do hotels in New York City. No. We never want to do that ever again. No. Hotels are too expensive. Hey, Lolo, can I just explain this? Can you give me your kidney? And then maybe I can sell on a black market so we can get into some black market hotels? That's New York City, right there. Doesn't I explain that to you? That should be easy to explain right there. New York City is like the black market of hotels. Overpriced, not cheap, but expensive. This is why we stayed at the hostels instead. Now the hostel that I do want to stay at, it is, what is it, $68 a night? But at least I get a free kitchen. Yep, well, Mr. Mendez, Lolo, it is that bad it's that bad because now, like I just said a few minutes ago, that the local NY was just summoned by the NYPD health department because somebody that was staying there lied about an ongoing issue, or he kept saying there was an issue with, certain bugs, and that's not true. And then when I found out why they were really there, I said, I know who made that report. Matt that works there looked at me, he's like, yeah, I think you know who did that. I was like, he should get punched in the face. I do not want to emphasize conflict, but this guy, he is a pure asshole. Every time you are having a conversation, like the other night, well, it was not the other night, but when I was staying there, I was having a conversation with the German girl, right? Her name is Melinda. And Melinda and I were speaking partially in German French, right? And she was like, I was very surprised. I'm like, this is why it's like that dialect. It's different. I don't hear it as much as anymore in Germany. I was like, yeah, you do. You just don't maybe not paying attention. And then he jumps in, trying to cop block. Like, literally, man, are you literally trying to cop block this action right now? We got a chemistry going on between me and her. That's why me and her went out the very next day to the Japanese restaurant, because he was actually stalking her. So, yeah, he got mad at me at every single girl I talked to. He even got mad at me for talking to other guys. That was even insane. I'm like, are you bisexual? Because I'm not. I'm just trying to make friends. Are you jealous because I have emotions? I got the mentality to have emotion and adaptive skill set to talk to people without discriminating against them. Yeah, Al is so sweet. I like how you just dropped in and it's like, yo, hit that thumbs button up, guys. Come on, show some love from my brother.
I can't see it.
But yeah, man, it was just very terrible experience. But I'm not gonna talk. Oh, fancy car. You be careful. The streets are wet. I see you guys like to spin out and do donuts. Oh, look at that. He's just jealous because you're very intelligent. Again, Lolo, I'm not intelligent. I'm just a normal guy. I'm just a normal guy. I know not to be racist. I know not to freaking, be a dick. and be a pervert at the same time. Not to be a pervert, because he was being a pervert. He was like, man, you talk to a lot of girls in the hostel, man. Like, what's your secret? Be friendly and be honest. And that's when Melinda was like, wait, you're homeless? I'm like, yeah. What's wrong with that? She goes, but we're going out to dinner. And I was like, yeah, it's cheap. Don't worry. It's super cheap. And then she looked at the bill. And she goes, wow, oh, this for this? $40? Like, I'm telling you, Kika is the way to go. If you want to save some money on some Japanese food, you want to have a good time, maybe sing a little bit of, it became 1.5 million actually. Oh, wow. But if you want to spend a little less money on food and get your appetite on, Japanese restaurant called Kika is where to go in St. Mark's Place, everybody. $40. You can feed 4 for $40. Guaranteed. But with that said, everyone, yeah. But I was not happy when I saw the weather today. I was like, oh no, it's gonna rain right after tomorrow night. So it's supposed to be like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. That Saturday morning it's supposed to rain. So I need to prepare myself for tomorrow again. That means I either have to try to sleep tonight somewhere, or sleep tomorrow in Central Park, or stay up all night, sleep during the day tomorrow, right? And then sleep some more during the day, and then try to wake up as early as possible in the middle of the night before it starts downpouring. So, don't want any of the camera gear to get wet. But with that said, everyone, my name is Keiki Alexander Baylitz. I am a photographer, and I am currently a homeless documentary photographer, consultant, sexy panda, ramen enthusiast. Yeah, and my life doesn't suck, but could be better right now. I just wish E was here. I didn't have to worry about trying to seek out a new girlfriend or someone to just care for me and love me for who I am. But the women that I see today in this city are just like, they turn me off. The way they behave, the way they act, it just turned me off. It's like, wait. You woke up to put on makeup, eyeshadow. You wasted 3 hours of your time just to go to do laundry. Oh, my panda. Oh, you did all that just to go to the grocery store. Come on. No. And yes, and yes, and yes, because I shouldn't say such a thing like that, but oh, you want me to show that? This is why this is why the delivery drivers are supposed to be in the bike lane, not in the street. See? But with that said, everyone, I'm not saying a woman should not feel pretty every day. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you should feel pretty when you wake up, like look in the mirror like, man, I look good without the makeup. Fuck this. Whoever got jokes on me got jokes. But when I come outside later on and I look like $100 million, don't say I told you so. Oh, my panda. I don't know, guys. I'm on the infamous 5th Avenue. And as I said earlier in the video, if you walk straight down this block, you hit Koreatown. It's in the 30th, from 31st to 34th Street, well, technically 36th Street, but I digress. But 5th Avenue is 5th Avenue. You know how 5th Avenue is. This is where everyone wants to feel rich and feel like they're important. This is why I hate walking down 5th Avenue. I'm not important. Not to some people here. No, I'm not. I'm just a guy with a wagon with a camera gear, which leaves questions. Why does this guy have a whole bunch of camera gear? And guess what? If I ask them to guess why I have all this stuff with me, like, they would get every single question wrong until I have to tell them I'm homeless. I'm like, no way, get the fuck out of here. No. Now, this is why Melinda, Ayako, they were surprised. Like, why would you tell me something like that? Like, doesn't that scare you that I might just not want to hang out with you? I was like, no, because if you don't, then it goes to show you your mentality. I tell them up front, like, I want you to accept me for who I am. Not because you think I have $1 million, which I don't, or, no, I'm just a normal guy. I'm just trying to be happy, or trying to stay happy. I'm going through my own troubles mentally, and physically, and financially, but it doesn't mean I should just give up on my life. This is why I'm trying to tell the homeless community. And today at Penn Station, it's the same shit. People are getting drunk. People are sleeping at the areas where people are supposed to use the outlets to charge their phones or their devices, and people are getting drunk. Now, this goes back a couple of videos ago, when I was explaining about this guy that was trying to literally damage my name. It's like, what, you're going to use something I did like a year ago and focus that on the present? Wait. I said, no, I'm not drinking. Right? That means I'm not drinking. Because I got more things to worry about than drinking. Maybe you drink heavily, but you can't stop yourself. But I could. You know why? It's so easy for me to stop. It's like candy. Say, oh, I don't want candy. Because in reality, I do not like candy. I don't eat candy. And that's one another thing. People's like, then how did you lose your teeth? Car accident. Not taking care of myself after the car accident. Didn't give a care. Got into a couple of fights after that. Because I was being a loose cannon. I was mad. I was angry. You know? Even Yuki was concerned. And remember, Yuki used to be one of our top supporters. She still is one of the top supporters here. But financially, she's getting hit hard too. That's why she had to move back to Japan. It kind of sucks. She's been living here in the States as a professor for the last, 20 years now? 15, yeah. Almost 15, 16 years. And she had to go back because yeah. I feel bad for her in a lot of ways because she's a good researcher and a good professor and good at what she does for the Asian community and for American Asian communities. The statistics and the work that we did together was exceptional. But now, Even her life was taken away because of COVID. But not everyone can recover after COVID. Look at all these businesses that closed down after COVID. They can't financially take it anymore. They had to close down. Financially, it was killing them. That's the same thing with me. Financially, this pandemic was killing all of us. It was literally hurting us the most. $1,200 checks. Ooh, government. You think that's gonna help me? $1,200? Okay, you definitely smoking crack, Trump. $1,200, $600, $800, whatever those checks were, those did not help a lot of people. That was side hustle money so they could buy the latest new sneakers. And mind you, if you read the report, when people got their stimulus check, it all went back in. It all went back into the system. Oh, my panda. So apparently, this photo was captured with the iPhone. I don't know. Kind of shady looking. Yeah, kind of shady looking. But with that said, everyone, thank you for listening to my rants. Listen to me on a, Thursday night now? On a wet Thursday, soggy, warm night. And my butt is rumbling because I gotta use the bathroom. And there is no public restrooms. Oh, my panda, this city is terrible. Terrible, terrible. But with that said, everyone, at least I'm a man and I use baby wipes all the time to wipe my ass. No dookie stains in my underwear. You will never catch me with a dookie stain in my underwear. This is why I don't use toilet paper. And mind you, the last time I used toilet paper, I got a bad reaction on my ass from using toilet paper. Like literally caught a rash on my butt. I was like, oh, the toilet paper. Because I ran out of baby wipes. Never doing that again. So, but with that said, everyone, it's a beautiful night, guys. I wish you guys could sit out here with me and enjoy with me for a little bit before you guys do what you guys have to do. But we also got to watch our backs because anyone can be anyone these days here in New York City. People are loose, dangerous, generous, kind, sweet, but also naive, criminals, hurtful, hateful too. So, New York City has too much people. New York City cannot handle the homeless crisis. And mind you, guess what happened? After they caught, I'm watching these teenage kids. See that? Okay. I didn't just see it myself, right? Okay. Kids need to pay attention to the freaking traffic. But with that said, everyone, so when the homeless serial killer was out here in New York City and they went back to DC, remember then people started talking about helping homeless people with other ideas on how to get them into a non-shelter related place for them to be safe? Now all talk stopped because they caught the killer. You see that? No one's even actually going ahead with their plans. Everyone was just talking out their mouth. And this is what I would say. You're talking, but you got a perfectly good couch that I can sleep on. What's up with that, bruh? Or young lady, like, can I sleep on your couch for a couple of days? You'd be surprised what I can cook at your house. You see? Now everyone stopped talking about helping the homeless here now, after the killer was caught. They don't realize that when there's one, there's many. He's not the only person. By the way, the killer did have some mental health issues. But he's not the only person with the same motives in the world. Come on, people. Come on. This is New York City. You don't think someone literally like him is out there? Oh, yeah. Yes, they are. People do it all the time here. This is why I said what I said before. There are a lot of people that are a bunch of hypocrites. They only want to talk when something bad happens. They don't want to talk it before it happens. See, I talk before it happens. And guess what? I'm kind of for wishing it, though. If you think about it, I'm like the fortune teller. I see all things before they even happen. And then it happens. This is why I hate my dreams. When I had a dream last night about E, it was not a very pleasant dream. I couldn't sleep for shit. That's why I woke up so early. It was not a very good dream. It was like she was trying to tell me something beyond the grave. And I think what she was trying to tell me is to avoid certain areas of New York City. Which is Manhattan. That's why I should go back to Queens and hang out there. But it's really hard to find shelter, a dry shelter. But it's not really that hard, but then again, Queens Boulevard is full of, at night, it's not the safest, so. But with that said, everyone, thank you for watching for 62 minutes of my Thursday night rants on a beautiful sky like this. But I want to let you guys go and do your thing tonight and have fun with your lady, your son, your children, your friends, play some video games or do whatever you like to do for fun. I don't want to hold up your time, but I appreciate your time. I guess you guys are the only people I can talk to when I want to talk. Because obviously, no one else out here want to talk. They don't even, this is the thing about New York. New Yorkers used to come up to people and say, hey, my name is, you want to hang out? New Yorkers don't even do that anymore. It's like, here it is. If you don't dress a certain way, act a certain way, behave a certain way, you're not going to fit in. Man, let me tell you something. The reality, everyone. I fit in every category in this city. I'm a person in solidarity. That means I can fit in every single category. I don't know what's the bigotry about. So you see all those bright lights right there? That's Times Square. That bright light that you see for wishing the buildings, that's freaking Times Square. Because check this out. Look at this side on Fifth Avenue. There's not many lights there. But this here takes you into 6th Avenue. 6th Avenue takes you to 34th Street. The bright lights right there, right? But it's the bright lights behind 34th Street that you can see. Bright, isn't it? Yeah, Times Square is so bright. How much is that electricity bill a year? But with that said, everyone, see any comments. I hope I have a safe night too. Yes, you are important. You're a good soul. I try to be. Oh my God, he called it poor, working poor. That's true, working poor. Let me let you guys go. Go enjoy the rest of your night, guys. And let's hope if I can get in the hostel Saturday afternoon. No, actually, that would be a bad idea. It should be Friday night to Sunday morning. I can't understand how anyone can stand the bright lights. How does anyone sleep with all those lights on 24/7? I have no idea. But I do sleep with the night light on. So I can see where I'm going. But it's now, is that the right time? I think so. Yes, Space Junk, have a good night. I try to stay safe. This city is very unpredictable. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Stop speeding. And I'll check you guys out maybe tomorrow. Let's hope I can sell a print. Let's hope I can sell 2 prints. So, yeah. That's what we need right now, to sell 2 prints. 11 by 14, 50 bucks, everybody. See ya. Have a good night, guys.